Hola mi gente, welcome to my channel. So I want to show you how I make this delicious chicken noodle soup. This soup is just so good. It comes together in no time and it's just so full of flavor. So make sure you stay until the end of the video and let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to start with some clean boneless chicken thighs. When I say clean, I'm talking about you're going to clean your chicken with water and vinegar and you're going to pat it dry a little bit. And then you're going to start seasoning with a little bit of oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, some sazón tropical, and I'm going to go ahead and add some oregano. And make sure you season both sides of your chicken, alright? What you're doing on one side, you can do on the other side. You can definitely go ahead and use bone-in chicken thighs for this, but this is what I had. So mi gente, after seasoning, this is what your chicken should look like. You can let it marinate a couple of hours. You can let it marinate overnight if you want, or you can go ahead and use it right away. Alright guys, so when you're ready to cook on medium high heat, you're going to heat out your pot with some oil. You're going to get that oil nice and hot, and then you're going to drop your chicken right in there. So we are going to sear our chicken just for a couple of minutes per side. Just want to develop a nice light crust. And mi gente, by the way, if you have your chicken marinated in the fridge, take it out about 10 minutes before you start to cook so it can come at room temperature, and that will be a nice way to also develop that crust that I'm trying to get, and that is flavor. That's how we're going to start to develop flavor. So after about 2 minutes, you're going to flip your chicken and allow the other side to get nice and crusty for about 2 minutes as well. So after that, you're going to add just enough water to cover your chicken. And I went in and I added some culantro. If you don't have culantro, you can add cilantro, but you definitely have to add either or because this is going to make your soup taste so good. I also went in and I added some chicken bouillon. I covered my pot and I lowered my heat to medium. I'm just going to allow my chicken to cook all the way through. All right, so while my chicken cooks, I'm gonna get my vegetables ready. So I just show you auyama and yuca. They're both frozen. So I'm just allowing them to come at room temperature so I can cut them into chunks, all right? So now I'm just gonna go ahead and peel my carrots. Oh, and by the way, you can substitute the auyama or the yuca for potatoes if you want. But if you never had a sopa with auyama in it or with a yuca, girl, you had to try it. It gives us such a good taste. It's something that you are gonna keep doing all the time. I promise you. So after peeling my carrots, I went in and I've cut it into half moons. So this part here is totally up to you how big or small you want your vegetables to be, and you can cut them however you want. But trying to keep everything at the same size so everything can cook equally, all right? So after prepping your carrots, you're gonna go ahead and start working on your onion. So I'm using a Spanish onion. My onion is pretty small, so I'm gonna use the whole thing, but it's like equally to half of a big Spanish onion, all right? So you're just gonna go ahead and chop it up really quick. And we are also gonna add some raw garlic. I'm gonna add about 3 raw garlics to it. I'm telling you, this soup is so easy to make, guys. The prep work is very light, but the flavors are so good. So after cutting your onion, you're gonna add it to your little pile over there with carrots, and then you're gonna start working on your garlic, all right? And mi gente, this is all the prep I'm doing besides cutting the yuca and the auyama, but that's just light work.
His own sorrow to the family. I feel I'm going to stand by my belief that the appropriate time to keep.
All right, guys, so at this time, my chicken is nice and fully cooked. And let me tell you, the smell in my house because of that culantro, oh girl, it smells so good. So I'm just gonna remove my chicken from my pot, and then I'm just gonna let it cool down just enough for me to be able to handle it. So I added about 3 cups of water. Remember, we're making soup here. And then I seasoned my water with some chicken bouillon. I added some sazón for some flavor. A little bit more garlic. I don't have raw garlic, but I'm going to add just a little bit more garlic powder and some salt to bring everything together. I'm going to cover this up and keep my flame on like medium. And then I'm just going to allow my liquid to come to like a nice soft simmer. So what that happens, I went in and I started shredding my chicken, and let me tell you, this was the easiest thing ever because that chicken just fell apart. It was so good, and try not to eat it out. So when your liquid comes to a nice simmer, you're gonna add your vegetables. So I added my carrots with my onions, my garlic, and my auyama with my yuca. I just cut them into, into chunks, trying to keep everything the same size so I can cook the same size. So I went in and I added my chicken. I did taste my broth, guys, and I'm just gonna add some sazón completo or sazón tropical, a little bit more of chicken bouillon, and I added just a little bit more of sazón. I get this a mix, and then I'm gonna cover this up, keep my heat on medium, and then I'm gonna cover my pot. So I forgot to add lime to it, so make sure you add the juice of one lime. And now we are gonna go ahead and cover this up and allow my vegetables to cook and allow everything to come to a boil and get nice and good. So now that everything has gone to a boil, my vegetables are almost soft. I'm gonna go ahead and add some fideos. So these are just thin noodles that you can add. These noodles are going to cook in no time. So after your vegetables are almost soft, you're going to add your noodles and just cover it up and just allow everything to cook and to get to know each other. So if you need to add some extra water, I recommend just having some hot water on the side. Do not add cold water to this because it's just going to bring the temperature of your sopa, right? So just keep it nice and hot, and then that's it, guys. Once your vegetables are nice and soft and your noodles are cooked, your sopa is done. And oh my god, guys, this sopa, just I have no words for it. It will make you feel so good inside. It smells amazing. It tastes so delicious. And all we're gonna do is just serve it. So I always add some extra limes in my sopa and some hot sauce. I just didn't have the hot sauce, so I just added my limes to it, guys. And oh my god, this sopa came out so good, so delicious. If you never had sopa like this before, please try this recipe. I promise you, you are gonna love it. So I just served it with some bread and butter. You can serve it with some rice also, but or you can just eat it just like that because it's so good. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y buen provecho.